I'm Leng.
Hi, I'm Albert.
So Albert,
Yes.
do you know why our client actually look for us to settle their property matters?
Because I'm handsome lah. And we sayang them.
You're handsome ah? Okay lah, but that's not the main reason why they actually look for us.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Then you know why we do that? You know why they actually look for us?
Why?
Because we not only treat them as a client, right? We treat them more like a friend, and we have their interests at heart.
Of course.
So for us, right, we want to find properties for them that can actually wang them.
Wang?
Yes.
Why is Wang? Wang? Mr. Wang?
No, Mr. Wang lah, alamak. You know it's Wang? Wang.
Wang! Oh, you mean what?
Yes, what lah. Yes, what lah.
Okay.
So you see, a lot of client, right, when they buy a house with very good energy, right, their family and their business and their their career actually will heighten up, no?
Wow. That's very cool.
Yes.
Then how?
So, do you know what is this thing called that can wang them up?
I don't know leh. What?
It's called Feng Shui.
Oh, Feng Shui.
Feng Shui means the Feng is all the wind. The wind and the water.
Wind and water.
Yeah,
Wow, direct translation are you?
Hey, by the way, do you know today I have a very respected and trusted Feng Shui Master.
Is it? Who?
Yes, she is very well liked by the media.
Is it?
Yes, and then her own house is actually featured in this Straits Time Live as well as CNA. People like her is because she's light-hearted and then she's humorous and she's very confident.
Hey, don't talk. Let's go and meet her.
I want to show you lah.
Come. Let's go.
Okay. As we enter in the house, the location of the door is always one of the important factor in Feng
I
Shui.
see.
So it's important to understand what is the energy structure of the house, the apartment, and find out from this plan, is the door located in a good part? If it's located in a good location, it benefits everybody in the household.
So is this a good location?
Well, we will have to check out what's the facing of the unit, then we do an assessment.
I see.
But bear in mind, every time when you enter in a home, there should be like open space like that. Okay, it's known as what we call the bright hall, or we call the Ming Tang. Basically, it's to let qi accumulate. You don't want to be like, when you open the door, straight away you bounce into a wall.
I see.
Now, a lot of people have this
Cabinets here.
mistake. Yeah, they see that, wow, there's so much space. Why don't I just do a big full shoe cabinet?
Oh,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, bear in mind, if you do a full cabinet, you are bringing the wall nearer to the door.
I see.
So when you enter, it feels a bit
Close.
restricted, too close.
Obstructed.
Yes. So what you would like to do is instead maybe have a low cabinet, so your front view is never blocked.
This one not considered as a wall.
This is a wall. This is definitely a wall. But what I'm saying is the distance, the space apart.
Oh.
Yeah.
So let's say if it's a long walkway, is it suitable?
It all depends. The long walkway, is it opening up to
Living
a
room?
big living space? Sometimes if you have a narrow passage, sometimes we would like to install mirror on one side of the wall, so to create the illusion of space, so you don't feel any tightness.
I see.
Oh, so
constraint.
basically you want to feel comfortable. when
Yes,
you
that's
enter.
right.
Enter,
That's right.
yes.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes. Maybe we shall take a look inside.
So you're going to tell us about the kitchen today.
Yes, kitchen is one of the most important factor in achieving good feng shui for the household, because the position of the stove affects the well-being of the family, even the financial status.
Wow.
The what?
Yes.
The position
Position of the stove. Yes.
Stove, ah?
Yes. So when assessing what is the good position for the stove, again we need to assess what is the energy structure of the house. Then we will determine whether this stove is in the right position or not.
I see. So, Adeline,
Yes.
a lot of people ask,
Right.
the stove and the wash basin cannot be
Right.
close together. Is
Okay.
it true?
Now, feng shui has evolved so much into modern days. Yeah, the true meaning of 水冲火, okay, 火冲水, is, let's say if this is your stove, and in front of your stove, there is a toilet door. Okay?
Of the stove. Okay.
Okay, then there is a clash. Basically, you just keep the toilet door closed. I cannot simply ask you to relocate the toilet. Keep the toilet door
Okay.
closed, or you could just hang 2 potted plants at the side of the door. So you're quite easy to counter it. That means your toilet is water. Water sang mok, that's your plants. Mok sang for to harmonize the whole thing.
Oh, like that also can.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So bear in mind the stove is very important. So if a Feng Shui master who comes to your home and never assess your kitchen, your bed, your door, then you may like to question again. Okay. Alright.
Okay. But how do you find this kitchen?
Okay, let's take a look. Okay, now this house, based on this facing, the stove is perfectly positioned. It's supposed to be positioned at the lousy spot of the house to suppress the lousy energy.
Huh? The stove to suppress lousy energy.
Yes, but the fire mouth, when we talk about the fire mouth of the stove, as you can see the knobs, these knobs are in the front. So we need to assess what is the direction in this direction. Okay,
This direction.
the facing, yes. And we would like it preferably to be facing the owner's preferable direction, the breadwinner. Nowadays, the breadwinner in modern days, not necessarily always the husband.
Yeah lah.
No, that's
Right?
know.
So the female of the house could also be a breadwinner. So
Yeah.
we will assess. So, but the stove position, very importantly, is based on the energy structure of the house. Okay? So even if you have a sink right beside the stove, 那个真的不是水火冲的。
Oh my
But
god.
人哋係緊張啊嚇，so to appease their mind, you just put a plant in between lah. Of course, your plant will die. You keep to change your plant.
So can we just put a green cloth over?
The best is using the real element.
Oh,
So when we talk about feng shui, we talk about the balancing of elements. Yeah. So sometimes I may ask you, oh, this area we need a bit, maybe more elements of metal, and maybe you like to have metal sculpture, metal ornaments, or if I need the element of water, you just basically get a nice water feature. You know, yeah, simple things like that. 没有什么吉祥物的 ，OK?
Okay.
Doesn't mean if you want to 发达 always have all your frogs all every corner of the house, okay? Or your little money cat or whatever, yeah? 去搲錢啊，去招財啊，係咪啊？真係 ，OK? Alright.
Alright.
So these are the important points that you must take note.
Okay. Wow, a lot of 学问呢。
Of course lah, you know, so simple.
Maybe next we should take a look at bedrooms.
Okay. Let's
Okay,
go.
shall we do
let's
that?
go.
Yes.
Come. Hey, Adelina.
Yes.
You see, this glass door, the glass here for the kitchen, right?
Right.
Has it any benefit for the house?
Okay. Talking about this, I know nowadays a lot of modern homes, young couples, they like to have an open concept kitchen.
No go back.
Okay. Now, let me ask you. Early on when we were in the kitchen, I told you the stove in the extreme corner is correct, right? So let's say if we have an open concept kitchen, qi will stop at boundary of the wall. So that means this whole qi will spread to the living space.
No good.
So am I going to tell you that, hey, your stove have to be relocated to that corner of your living room? No.
Cannot be.
Cannot be. So it is always important to contain the qi within the kitchen. Okay? And I like the use of glass because it allows light into the space. That's important.
Into the
to keep-
kitchen.
yes, to keep it bright.
I see.
Yes.
But like those people, right? They use half glass, half, partition. Is it okay?
It's still fine. It's still okay. It's still a boundary.
Oh, it's a boundary lah, enclosure
Yes,
lah.
that's right. I mean, some youngsters, they like to have like a breakfast counter.
Yeah.
Okay, they like it open. Like I'm saying, okay, only when you cook, the stove matters. When you don't cook, doesn't matter. So what we do is, if in that case, they want it open, right? They want to use this as a breakfast counter, you can. But as you cook, I need you to maybe shut.
Close.
So you can do like sliding door or folding doors.
Sliding
Okay?
windows.
Yeah, only when you are cooking, then you close it up to contain the qi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good idea.
besides having glass, right,
Right.
or walls,
Yes.
is it okay to use blinds?
Blinds?
Yeah.
Blinds in the kitchen?
Yeah, because let's say if they have a breakfast table down here, right?
Right.
That means they may not want to have this type of thing. So maybe they can.
Or they just put down a blind. Okay,
Yeah.
the purpose is just to shield it off.
Is it okay?
That's fine. It works too.
Wow, you see, I also quite clever leh.
Now again, if let's say in that house, the kitchen is already done up, okay, but it is not where it's supposed to be, the stove. All right.
Okay.
Basically, you don't use that current stove. You get a portable electric induction stove and correct the situation. But if you're a young couple, you always eat out, eat at parents' house, it's fine, okay? But when you start a family, definitely you cook. So when you cook, you activate the stove. So it is important to take note.
Okay.
Okay?
很多学问哦。
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Hey, Leng, this room very big, ah.
Yeah, it's 8.9 square meter.
Wow.
That means you can fit in a queen size bed as well as a king. Of course, if you put a king, can walk lah.
Never mind,
Can
from the door, you just jump into bed.
Hey, Adelina, I ask
Yes.
you see this room itself, right? Good enough for a queen size bed.
Right.
And then I ask you, if you talk about when you sleep, right? The position of your head, is it important?
Yes, it is, especially so if we find that your bedroom is in a chi that's not so good. So the more important it is that you sleep towards your own favorable direction based on your birth chart.
Let's say if the husband and wife different birth chart,
That's
how to
why
sleep
it
like
is
that?
very important the bedroom should be in a good part of the house first. So the other party is not compromised. Right?
Okay.
So,
example?
example, let's say maybe this is a good direction to sleep.
I mean like that. The head like
Yeah.
that.
A
Facing
lot
the window, yeah.
Yes. There's a lot of myth saying that, you cannot sleep towards a window. The reason because in olden days, windows are your only form of ventilation, correct?
Yeah.
So, if you have a window
Ah.
right above your bed head,
啊，
你成日咁樣吹埋頭風咯。
好風啊
Huh? You're more,
！Air enter the brain。
you're more prone
Cold
to
phone.
catching a cold.
哦。
Okay? So modern days nowadays, we usually sleep air conditioned. So shut the window, put down the blinds of your privacy. That's like a so-called 床頭, like a protection. That's fine. Importantly is sleep towards your good direction. Let's say if this is your king bed, just move your king bed to the edge and then park your head here. That's it.
Oh like that. Let's say if you don't use aircon
Okay, if you don't use air condition, that's fine. Make sure that when you open your window, you put it ajar, that the chi not directly in front of your head.
so that you don't get 頭風啊。
That's right.
That's right.
頭風
Like
and then
you like that lah.
and also position of air condition. Can you see the air condition is here, right above the doorway? That's okay. Just make sure that the air condition vent is not blowing directly
On your
from
head.
your head and at your feet. Why not from your head? Again, 有頭風啦，咁樣吹下。Okay? Imagine if the air condition needs repair or maintenance. You won't want the workers to be stepping up and down of your bed. It'll be so dirty, right? Why we never have the aircon at the foot of our bed is because the draft, long-term blowing, it's no good, especially for female. It can affect your womb. Yeah, so take note of that.
I see.
Yes.
Okay,
See, after your
understand.
leg become 暖
Man carping. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
We shall take a look at the other rooms then.
Okay, sure. So Adelina, does the children bedroom normally what we look out for?
Okay, very important, like I mentioned.
Little girl cannot see.
Oh,
Go.
Okay, come. So, very important again, we must check the child's birth detail. So to know what is his favorable direction
I see.
and let him sleep towards that good direction.
Oh.
And importantly is for kids, they study, right? So make sure that the study table, is placed for him to study towards again his favorable direction. So sometimes when there's not enough space, right? If you have a little table like this, it's round, right? So it's very easy that you can face to
Any direction.
Yeah, maybe the corner is one of his good direction. So then he can face towards this angle, because if he has a square table and this is not his favorable direction, it will be very uncomfortable for him to sit. He may not concentrate and do well. Okay,
see.
so if with a round table, he can basically just
Sit
sit
anywhere.
Yeah,
How you mean if a round table he can sit north, east, south, west?
depending
On the
their
favorite direction.
Yes, and also how's the house orientation. Because sometimes
yes,
your
but
good
it-
direction may not be
Of
one
course.
of the four walls, you see.
Thanks to her.
Very fast You don't know anything now, you know favorable direction
Of course.
Okay.
Come, let's go and look at the master room.
Come. Okay, coming to bedroom. Very commonly in a master bedroom, you have attached bathroom. Right?
Okay, yes.
And always people will question me about the bathroom door. Now, the bed is in this position. Unless you are sleeping with your feet pointing towards the bathroom door, in front of the bathroom door is your toilet bowl.
Oh.
Okay.
And if you sleep, you don't close your bathroom door,
Yeah.
then it will generally not be so good, because logically speaking, the bathroom there's a lot of dampness. And it's actually also a breeding ground for germs, right? Don't you
Yes.
know the bathroom a lot of bacteria?
Yes.
So it's only common sense, I would say. When you sleep, just simply close the bathroom door.
Oh.
Okay? So the bathroom door in this bedroom is just there, so it's really not an issue.
I see.
Okay? And another point is, when your bed is here, just because you have a view of the door, you feel that, oh, I'm sleeping in front of the door. That's not true. You cannot sleep in the direct path of the door. When you're sleeping in the direct path of the door, unless your bed is positioned here, your feet
It's facing the
is
door.
facing directly this pathway.
Oh.
And again, if you sleep, that's the problem.
So you mean the wind will come in again?
Yes, the qi will keep hitting at your feet.
Oh.
Then long term, there would be some impact on your well-being, your health. So generally speaking, we close our doors, right?
Correct.
So we're protected.
I see.
I have one friend
Yes.
her toilet door she removed the door one Because romantic 的嘛。
哎呀，你这样开放的啊？
不是我说，哎，my friend you know or not? 哎呀，you see my saliva come out.
Now, when you remove the door, like I say, because the bathroom is very damp, there's a lot of moisture. So long term, it may affect your well-being. So better to have it contained.
I see. So even though you have door, also must close
Preferably, yes.
Preferably,
You
okay.
want to be like trying to be romantic or whatever, yeah? You can have glass bathroom if you want, but at least it's
There's a
contained,
door,
you see? You know? Yeah,
I so
that's the
old cannot
difference.
romantic already.
Can see through one, okay already.
Okay, by the way,
Yes.
you see, those people they like to install their TV in front
Right.
of the bed. So any impact?
Okay, if you have a big gigantic TV and it's so close to your feet, of course long term, it is not good. Just now the window is the wind, right? 頭風咯，係咪啊？而家咯，一個縮縮地咯。No.
黐線啊！
Okay, logically it's because there is a lot of electromagnetic,
Oh.
that is discharged by the TV. So
I see.
when you sleep, of course, long term, it affects you. So we try, if we can, not to have a big TV
I
in the
see.
bedroom.
Not only 頭風 will become crazy.
黐線啊！你講黐線啊！頭風又黐線，哇！嗱啲好the health of the owner here must be very very badly affected 咯。
No, that's why you have to do corrective measures.
You're right
Right.
corrective
As long
measures.
as you see, we always say 一命二運三風水係咪？ Okay, your 運氣, that means by looking at your birth chart, we know what are your strengths and weaknesses, what's your ups and downs to help you move forward. What is in front of this year? Okay, that's why now I'm so busy is because my
Yeah.
clients like to do annual reviews, to check out what is in front, what is the foresight, yeah. And then the feng shui, you take note of what is the annual influence, okay, of the house. Where are the good ones? Maximize usage of it. How to activate it? Where are the bad energies? If you can, less usage of those areas. Yeah, and importantly, you as a person, you take action. You make right informed decision. You change your life. That's why we always say destiny is within your own hands.
Like that one
Yes.
So you mean a person born with very good 八字 or this sort of thing, right? But if they don't take action,
Yes, no use. Like if I see your chart, hey, by right you should have a lot of guayan. But if you're someone who just like to lounge in front of a TV and be a couch potato, and never like to go and network, meet your guayan. So how is your guayan coming to knock at your door?
I see.
So it all works together.
Yeah.
And if I tell you, hey, next year you're more accident prone.
Uh.
Please don't go and sign up for a
yourself at home.
bungee jumping or whatever. Okay.
Go lock yourself at home.
Right.
Just be more mindful. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right.
I don't want to be 气心. I don't want to be 口痛. I don't want.
Don't want, let's go then, let's go.
Okay.
So Adelina, you see this unit, right, has high ceiling, and then with a loft, So what do you think of all this kind of,
Loft unit.
Yeah, loft unit.
Well, if it's very high ceiling and you can create a loft that when you go upstairs, as you stand up and you don't feel oppressed, that's fine. But sometimes people just create a loft just to create a bit of space.
Yeah.
But when you are up there, you find you can't even really
Stand up.
Stand up. Yeah. So it's too oppressive. So don't try to like say, oh, I want to work up there or even
Sleep down there.
Yeah, because you feel very oppressed.
I also see some people, they try to have this double-decker bed, Then when
Bunk
the
bed
sun, bunk bed or whatever, because of the little bit of high ceiling, right? Then by the time the sun actually grow taller, every day they sleep, they wake up, pong,
Bang.
pong, pong. I think that one, 邊黐線都難. Is it correct?
Well, bunk beds are actually okay. It's just have to check out that these bunk beds. There are some on top is single and below is a queen. So the one that is sleeping below is like oppressed halfway. You see. So try not to have them uniform, aligned. And importantly is that the child is sleeping towards his good direction. That's
You mean the
very
bunk bed
important.
itself also can have good direction?
How you put your bed, position your
How
bed
you
in
position your
bedroom.
bed,
Yes.
yes.
Because nowadays units are so small, we
Yeah.
really have no choice. We will have to use bunk beds, or if not pull-out beds.
So that means let's say you got 2 children, right?
Yes.
So one maybe the head may be here, the other one the bed may be. the head may be the other side.
Well, no, it all depends. It all really depends on their own birth chart.
Correct.
Okay. Can. So how about like this type of open concept kitchen?
Okay, open concept kitchen, as I mentioned, qi is by the boundary of the walls. So when it is opened, we will have to look at the whole space, okay, and to assess if this stove is in the right position.
Welcome to my living room. So anything to say about the living room?
Well, generally, living room is a space for you to enjoy with your family. Okay, of course, we never like it to be very cluttered. Well, if I find that, especially the good stuff or sometimes the wenchang stuff is located in the living area, the dining space. So I would always tell my client, use it even to tuition, to teach your child. So that's the energy is more conducive for learning.
I see.
So how to find out where the good and the bad part of the house is by understanding what's the facing of the house, because that will determine the energy structure of the home. So later on I will pass you a brochure and then you can refer to the charts that I have there and take a general check, whether is the door opening in a good part of the house. That is very important. So when you are looking for an apartment, right, you look at your layout, superimpose that chart onto your layout, find out is the door in a good part of the house first, because that's very important. It's structural. I cannot move your door. So let's say this could be, every unit is the same facing, but they could be mirror image, right? So if I find that, hey, I should have a door on this corner, then you get this unit, not the other one, because the other one would have the door on the other side, and that side may not be a good location. Okay, because structural we can't change, but within your room, let's say how we place the bed, that is still doable. So we look at the macro and the micro part of it. Okay? So within your kitchen, again, we can do something about it. Right? Let's say I mentioned earlier, if the current position is wrong, now if you're young couples, you hardly cook at home or whatever, that's fine. But when you start to have a family and you start cooking, and especially now during COVID time, right? Everybody is cooking at home. So make sure check the stove. Is it in the correct position or not? Because that would affect the well-being.
I see.
Yes.
Adelina, there are some people who say that they insist that the main door must be east, main door must be west. So let's say if they really cannot find, right, they have to find, maybe I have one client, he has been finding for the past 10 years, I cannot find any suitable one.
Now, again, are you looking for an apartment or a landed home? Because if I calculate your birth chart, if I find that, okay, you are of an East group person, generally your good directions are North, South, East and Southeast. And if you're a West group person, your good directions are all the West and Northeast. So you will ask me, oh dear, what if I have a couple who's one east, so that's why very important, your door must be in a good part of the house. It benefits everybody. So you don't just look at die must find that direction. Importantly to check, is the door in a good location first? That is very important.
Location means that
Based on the energy structure of the house.
That means it doesn't need to face east lah, but it must be in a good location.
Yes,
Is it?
good location very important. No point you are facing your best direction, but you find out that actually the door is opening in a lousy part of the house. So don't forget you got your 命卦, your life directions. 你也是有你的载卦. That means the house has a destiny. Every house orientation has a slightly different energy structure. So it's important to be aware of that.
Okay.
Oh, that means let's say if a person, right, if they have an existing house, or let's say for example, some of them they already bought a new development, right? They have not stayed in yet. Then for you, right, if you find that after the consultation it's not suitable for them, then you will do some implementation, right? Corrective measures or this sort of thing.
Correct. As long as they are willing to do something about their bedroom, they are willing to, reorientate the bed. Like I said, the kitchen, very important. If really the stove is wrong, don't use the current stove. Get a portable induction stove. You see your colleague here is so Albert, expert already. He said you can tell him to go and buy stove. Added service for your client.
Free induction.
That's a good idea.
And then also free value added service for Feng Shui because our expert here it's very renowned very trusted, respectable in the market.
Of course.
That's why
Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your kind words.
Okay, Ken. So maybe we can actually
Let's go for lunch.
I think we are hungry already. So I think we go for lunch. We stop here first.
Okay.
All right. So
I'd like to take this opportunity to wish both of you a very blessed 2021, filled with joy, love, peace, happiness, and abundance in all areas of your life.
Amen.
it's
You say what I say, amen.
Yeah, for your information, they are Christian, but Feng Shui is actually not.
It's not religion.
Religion,
it's really understanding about the environmental energies. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean I must believe in Feng Shui, then it works for me. No, it's all about awareness. That's why sometimes in certain part of your home, you find that, hey, you can do better. In certain part of your house where you sit, you find that you're very edgy, you cannot concentrate very well. So it all has to do with the energy of the house.
So Albert, today we are very, very privileged to have the Feng Shui expert, Adelina Pang, on our show.
Of course, now we have a better understanding about Feng Shui.
You're right. You see, we not only help our client to buy, sell, rent their property, right? We also want them to enhance their overall well-being so that they can.
They can wang.
Yes, when they wang, we also wang.
So we wang together.
Yes, we wang together. So I'm Leng.
And I'm Albert. We are only a phone call away.